Thank you very much. The President and Commander-in-Chief of the Federal Republic of Nigeria, President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, ably represented by the Honorable Minister of State for Works, Right Honorable Mohammad Bello Goronyo, the representative of the Right Honorable Speaker, Tajuddin Abbas, His Excellency Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, FNSC, the Executive Governor of Borno State, the representative of the Inspector General of Police, the President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Margaret Oguntala, FNSE, and her dear husband, the President of Koren, Deputy President of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, Engineer Ali Rabiu, FNSE. Mr. President, can you please allow me to specially recognize my dear brother, elder brother, His Excellency Senator Iola Omishoro, FNSE, other members of the executives of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, members of council and entire membership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers, other strategic conference partners and sponsors here present, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is with a profound sense of responsibility and honor that I stand before you today as we accentuate the nexus between engineering, agriculture, ingrained in food security, and climate change, which is a critical component of our methodological and holistic efforts at charting a new course for the conceivable future of Nigeria's agriculture. The theme of this gathering, Sustainable Engineering Solutions to Food Security and Climate Change, is not only apt and timely, but also central to our mission of ensuring food and nutrition security, economic prosperity, and sustainable development for Nigeria. Let me commend the entire membership of the Nigerian Society of Engineers under the indefatigable leadership of Engineer Margaret Aina Oguntala, FNSC, for your continued commitment and support to the development of agriculture in Nigeria. Interestingly, any solution-centric investment in agriculture will contribute to sustainable agricultural development in Nigeria. On that strength, I make bold to say that our gathering here today is timely and a critical step in the right direction, as this will further promote our collective quest for the development of agriculture in Nigeria. President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, has not left anyone in doubt about his administration's priority on food security, evident in his unflinching support to the agricultural sector since his assumption of office, and further encapsulated in the economic sustainability plan hinging on the sector as a key sector identified as the driving force for economic diversification to achieve food security. As we are all very aware, Nigeria's food security and climate resilience face pressing challenges that demand innovative and sustainable engineering solutions. This imperative makes it very expedient that we collectively set an agenda for retooling towards strengthening the significant and inevitable role that engineering plays in ensuring a resilient food system in Nigeria. Essentially, we will explore challenges, identify our expectations of you as engineers, and underscore federal government's unwavering support in pursuing solutions. Climate change, characterized by long-term shifts in temperature and weather patterns, has become a pressing global issue. Since the 1800s, human activities, particularly the burning of fossil fuels, have been the primary drivers of climate change. This phenomenon has far-reaching impacts on various facets of human existence, With agriculture being one of the most affected sectors, engineering with its innovative solutions plays a crucial role in mitigating these impacts and ensuring sustainable agricultural practices. The effect of climate change has been felt in virtually every facet of human existence, from agriculture to security to environment and health. Agricultural production has been the worst hit, with the climate change impacts on ozone layer depletion, soil erosion, irregular rainfall, resulting in drought and water stress, increases incidences of pests and diseases. It readily comes to mind the untold devastation brought on various parts of the nation by flood in the last few months. Earth-shattering reference was the Borno flooding, where untold hardship, displacement, and destruction of lives and property was the case across the state while the flood lasted and partly beyond the receded floodwater. I humbly use this medium to once again emphasize, with His Excellency the Executive Governor of Borno State, Professor Babagana Umar Zulum, MNI, FNSC, the government and the resilient people of Borno State, even as they get back to their livelihoods and sustenance, while thanking the federal, state governments and everyone else that rose up, identifying with the state and its people and supported in cash and kind. There is growing concern across the globe, informed by the recent records of temperature, which have risen and fluctuating between 1.4 to 1.59 degrees centigrade within the last 12 months, with this year, 2024, termed as the hottest year ever. Food insecurity and access has declined considerably due to climatic variability occasioned by the temperature rise, while the burgeoning global population, which is hovering around 8.3 billion, has contributed significantly to food scarcity, poverty, and famine, thereby pushing rising food costs and its accompanying impact on livelihoods. Different mitigation and adaptation strategies have been proposed, developed, and somewhat utilized to cushion the effects of climate change, with some outstanding results in some regions, while it has not worked in other places. This brought about the annual Conference of Parties, COP, meeting which is in its 29th edition, presently meeting in Azerbaijan, producing the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change, IPCC, report, which substantially provides diverse solutions on coping with climate change, has been of tremendous assistance to nations that are worst hit of this menace. Essentially, the Baku 2024 is put together by the United Nations Climate Change Conference with the primary aim of reducing the negative impacts of climate change on our environment. With agriculture playing a significant role in Nigeria's economy, contributing as the first quarter of the 2024, 30% of Nigeria's GDP with a growth of 0.18%, the sector remains crucial for providing livelihoods to many Nigerians, especially in the rural areas. Nigeria has over 84 million hectares of arable land, yet only about 1.6 million hectares are irrigated, leaving the rest reliant on unpredictable rainfall. Improved irrigation technology is essential to optimize agricultural productivity year-round. About 40% of food produced in Nigeria is lost post-harvest, largely due to inadequate storage facilities and inefficient supply chains. These losses directly impact food availability and income for farmers. Poor road networks in rural areas, which account for 70% of Nigeria's agriculture, hinder the transportation of produce from farms to markets, raising costs and reducing accessibility for consumers. Access to reliable, affordable energy, crucial for mechanized farming, irrigation, processing, and storage. However, most rural areas in Nigeria lack sufficient energy infrastructure, affecting food processing and storage capacities. Unsustainable farming practices and deforestation have degraded up to 35% of Nigeria's soil, reducing fertility and leading to decreased yields. Rising temperatures, changing rainfall patterns, and more frequent droughts severely impact crop yields and livestock health, especially in the northern region where temperatures are projected to increase by 1.4 centigrade to 2 degrees centigrade by 2050. Poor water management and pollution from agricultural runoff impact water availability and quality. With projected water scarcity due to climate change, effective water management is critical for agricultural sustainability. To address the complex nature of food security and climate change, government is implementing policies that promote sustainable engineering solutions through the application of innovative technologies, renewable energy transition and integration, efficient resource management, sustainable infrastructure development, and good agricultural practices to enhance agricultural resilience, productivity, and sustainability, a significant contribution to food security challenge. The ministry encouraged farmers to adopt sustainable agricultural practices such as organic farming, crop rotation, and agroforestry to promote and support sustainable farming practices. The federal government, through the National Agricultural Seed Council, promotes the use of drought-resistant and climate-adaptive crop varieties to combat erratic rainfall patterns. Relevant agencies implement water conservation practices and establish weather information systems to help farmers adapt to changing weather patterns. The Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security encourages value addition of agricultural commodities by supporting the establishment of agro-processing industries through a public-private partnership and provide training to farmers on food processing and preservation techniques. Agribusiness and Marketing Department of the Ministry establish agro-processing zones equipped with modern processing facilities to add value to agricultural produce, reduce post-harvest losses, and create job opportunities. The ministry improves market access to smallholder farmers by investing in rural infrastructure such as roads and storage facilities to reduce post-harvest losses and support value addition. In order to increase the tractor density of the country, to increase mechanization reach to rural farmers, the federal government has signed a bilateral agreement with the government of Belarus for the supply of 10,000 tractors to Nigeria for the next 5 years. It has equally entered into the same agreement with John Deere OEM of USA, as well as Greener Hope Program. A memorandum of understanding between the government and Nigeria and Brazil on the Green Imperative Program, GIP, is on the way to fruition. The ministry also engaged in emergency procurement and sale of agricultural machinery and equipment to farmers at subsidized rate. This intervention by government is aimed at increasing farmers' productivity to enhance food security. The ministry also grants import duty waiver on agricultural machinery and equipment to increase food production and create employment. It is worthy to mention that the Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security has established centers in the country for youth development. The Blacksmith and Artisan Training and Support Unit, BATSU in Ilorin, Kwara State, train blacksmiths and other agricultural artisans to develop and fabricate simple farm machinery and local hand tools. The Food Crop Technology Transfer Stations, FCTTS, in Obiaja, Edo State, Oguoboa, Enugu State, Dan Hassan, Kano State, and Gashua, Yobe State are for capacity building and transfer of technology on food crops. Agricultural mechanics and machinery operators training centers, AMOTRAC, located in Misobochi State and Akure, Ondo State, for the training of tractor operators and mechanics nationwide. These centers serve as hubs for skill acquisition and youth empowerment. Ladies and gentlemen, we surely need to do more to sustainably develop Nigerian agriculture in the face of increasing climate change debilitating threats. One major way of achieving this is the use of sustainable engineering solutions. Some of these engineering tools include emerging technologies, innovative concepts, further reduction in post-harvest losses, and increased usage of agricultural machinery for enhanced productivity and efficiency. The Nigerian Society of Engineers should engage in robust discussions that will result in tangible, measurable, and impactful engineering solutions which can effortlessly mitigate the challenges and ameliorate food security problems occasioned by the systemic decadence experienced in a nation that have put considerable pressure on our food production and agricultural value chain system. Effective adoption and adaptation and mitigation strategies to alleviate the effects of climate change on our declining agricultural productivity to reverse the trend should be produced by and at this conference. It is also expected that practical steps to embark on systemic increase of land under cultivation, increase crop yields, reduce post-harvest loss, and application of precision agriculture to minimize resource wastage and redistribution for optimum use should be part of the takeaways from this conference. As we consider the role of engineers in addressing these challenges, it is essential to set out a clear roadmap, and here are our expectations from you. Engineers must work on affordable, adaptable machinery suited to Nigerian crops and terrains, encouraging mechanized farming to increase efficiency and productivity. Engineers should design sustainable storage facilities and processing technologies, especially those that can be deployed in rural communities. From rural roads to bridges and storage, engineers can design infrastructure that withstand extreme weather and support farmers in all regions of Nigeria. Affordable solar, biogas, and other renewable energy systems can revolutionize agriculture in off-grid areas by providing reliable power for irrigation, processing, and storage. Engineers are expected to develop sustainable irrigation systems, including rainwater harvesting and efficient irrigation technology, to ensure water availability for farming all year round. At this point, Madam President, I just want to mention the 7 irrigation sites opened by the Borno State government are all powered by solar irrigation systems. Engineers can develop soil monitoring and management tools that help farmers maintain soil health, ensuring long-term productivity and environmental balance. Data analytics, GIS, and IoT-enabling systems can support precision agriculture, allowing for better monitoring of weather patterns, soil health, and water availability for optimal farming decisions. In challenging this gathering, and the Nigerian engineers at large, we urge you to come together as a unified force, leveraging collective expertise to develop engineering solutions that not only improve food security, but also strengthen rural livelihoods and contribute to our broader economic development goals. Nigerian engineers have the potential to change the narrative around agriculture and climate resilience in Africa, making Nigeria a model for sustainable practices. Looking inwards and in broader perspective consistent with the NSC objectives and commitment of driving innovation and promoting sustainable practices within the engineering community to tackle key challenges facing Nigeria and the world today, NSC can collectively ensure channeling your abundant skills and innovations to help create a Nigeria where food security is not just an aspiration, but a reality where rural areas thrive and where economic opportunities abound for every Nigerian. This would include harnessing such natural endowments as lithium for production of batteries, to power drones, irrigation pumps, electric motorcycles, and other necessary equipment for extension and other on-farm activities. This will include harnessing such natural endowments as lithium for production of batteries to power drones. The on-farm activities, iron ore and steel deposits available in large quantities in the country can as well confer on us advantage in mechanization and other equipment and tools manufacturing, learning from the Indian case study, which on record shows in the 1950s, India imported 8,000 units of tractors, and after using the advantage of steel endowment and engineering practices, today India manufactures 1 million tractors every year. In fact, the tractor population today is 10 million in the whole of the Indian state. Let me reiterate that under the administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, GCFR, as your partner in this endeavor, I assure you that the federal government is keenly interested in the communique that will emerge from this gathering. Once received, we will take the following actions. 1, to collaborate with the Nigerian Society of Engineers and address identified challenges. 2, ensuring that relevant recommendations from the communique are factored into national policies on agriculture and climate resilience. 3, to support the deployment of promising engineering solutions in key agricultural zones across Nigeria. 4, support the provision of frameworks for knowledge sharing between Nigerian engineers and international experts to foster innovation. 5, supports the push for legislation that promotes sustainable engineering solutions in agriculture through enabling environment for innovation. I will conclude by once again thanking you for embracing the opportunity for professional and national development by extension through this convocation. I urge you to seize this opportunity to collaborate, innovate, and set actionable goals. The Nigerian Society of Engineers has always been at the forefront of national progress, and I'm confident that this gathering will further reinforce that legacy. Finally, encouraging climate-smart agriculture to maximize existing climate strategies to grow crops that thrives well under such circumstances, resulting in increased food production, is a bold step that will help our quest towards food and nutrition security, as well as align with the Sustainable Development Goals, SDG number 2, which stipulates that ending hunger by the year 2030. It is our utmost expectation that a far-reaching policy brief will emanate from this communique that will be issued at the end of this conference and could further form part of the information that will be useful on the national research agenda. On behalf of the federal government and the President, I wish you a successful conference and annual general meeting. We look forward to working with you towards the attainment of a more food secure and climate resilient Nigeria. Thank you, and may God bless you and bless the Federal Republic of Nigeria.
Please, can we put our hands together for Senator Abubakar Kyari, the Honorable Minister, Federal Ministry of Agriculture and Food Security. And it is worthy to note that the ministry is a strategic partner to the